Today, more and more businesses are using sophisticated typewriters and data terminals that communicate with computers. You've seen computer display terminals before, and now you have them in your own office. Typically, computers and data terminals are separated by some distance and communicate with each other over conventional telephone lines. A special device called a modem is needed to convert the normal computer output to a signal that can be carried over telephone lines. There are a wide variety of modems, each suited to a particular task. You may need to work with several types in your own business. Faced with strange and exotic equipment, new terminology to learn, and the need to make your system function now, you may be wondering whether you should try to install your modems yourself or leave the job to a trained professional. Can you do it yourself? Should you?
Hello, my name is Russ Strayer. I'm from Data Communication Brokers Incorporated. The answer to your question, should I try to install modems myself, is a positive and unqualified yes. We'll show you how easy the basic procedures are for installing modems. We'll spend several minutes explaining each basic type of modem and show you what to look for and how to hook it up. There are two rewards for doing it yourself. First, your installation will be quick and convenient, and second, you will save the expense of bringing in a specialist. The modems laid out here for installation practice are an acoustic coupler, a direct connect dial modem, a second direct connect dial modem powered by the phone line, short haul modems, and finally a long haul private line modem. We'll begin with the acoustic coupler. This is a model FM30, typical of acoustic couplers. The installation procedures that apply to the FM30 apply to acoustic couplers generally. Start with the instructions that come with the unit. Once you have read the instructions, assemble the following equipment: the acoustic coupler, a cable to go between the units, a power outlet, a telephone, and a screwdriver. First, plug in the coupler and the terminal. Second, plug this data cable into the terminal. The electrical interface in this cable is called RS-232. It almost always uses this 25 contact style connector. Tighten the screws that hold the cable in place. Many service problems result from loose cables. Plug the other end of the cable into the coupler and again tighten the screws. Turn the terminal on and turn the coupler on. Notice the coupler's power on indicator. This coupler also has a full or half duplex switch located on the bottom of the unit. In half duplex, the coupler passes each key press or character onto the remote computer. The coupler echoes it back to this local terminal at the same time. In full duplex, the coupler just passes the character on with no echo back to the terminal from the coupler. You'll notice the cups on the coupler are round and are padded to eliminate room noise. This handset with a square mouthpiece and earpiece will work, but lets in more room noise because it doesn't fit snugly into the coupler. Notice too that the coupler is marked to show where to place the cord end of the handset. Now call the computer, pick up the phone, dial the computer number. You will hear a ring, then an answer tone. Place the handset into the cups after you hear the answer tone. Your coupler responds with its own tone when you are online, and then your carrier light will come on. Now type on the keyboard and do your work. When your session is finished, just hang up the phone.
The next modem installation is the MT212 dial-up model. The coupler we installed sent data at 300 bits per second. This unit operates at both 300 and 1200 bits per second.
In addition to the terminal, telephone, cable, and outlets used for the acoustic coupler, you'll need a modular jack on your telephone. This is a typical modular jack called RJ11C. If you don't have it, you can install it yourself. If you are getting a new phone installed, ask specifically for the RJ11C jack. Both single-line and multi-button telephones can be used with an RJ11C jack. When you connect direct connect dial-up modems, you need 3 items of information for the phone company. They will ask for the information when you order your phone line. First, the FCC registration number, AU792U-69454-DM-E is the number for this particular modem. Second, the ringer equivalents, 0.3B for this unit. Both the registration number and the ringer equivalency are listed in the modem manual and on the unit. Third, the type of connector or data jack. An RJ11C is required for this installation. It's the same connector used on new home phone installations. Let's go back and look at the 212 modem. The back of the unit has 3 connectors. One is the RS-232 connector. Another is the connector for plugging into the telephone line. And third is this RJ11 jack for the telephone. This 212 modem has several options. We will consider 2 of the options before completing our installation. To change options, loosen these 2 bottom screws. Slide out the modem board. This 4-position switch in front on the bottom board has 2 settings you should check. First is DTR, or Data Terminal Ready. DTR must be on to keep the modem online. Since the terminal cable we are using brings this signal to the modem, you should turn DTR off in the modem. The modem will not turn DTR on, the terminal will. The second is the auto answer option. Since you will be calling out to the computer, you will want to answer regular calls, and you must therefore disable the auto answer. That way callers get you, not a modem, when the phone is answered. I'll plug in the terminal, the modem, and our data cable now, just as I did for the coupler. Let's look more closely at the modem to phone line connector. This end of the cord plugs into the modem here. The other end plugs into the RJ11 jack. Plug the phone into the jack and set it on top of the modem. Now, if you pick up the phone, you'll hear a dial tone, and the phone can be used normally. Before I make a call, let's take a look at these front panel switches and indicators. The 1200/300 switch determines the operating speed. OOS stands for out of service. ANLB stands for analog loop back. In this position, the phone cannot be used for normal calls. Move the switch to the normal position. The voice data button is used after you call the computer site modem. Now, call the computer site modem. You can hear a dial tone when you pick up the phone. Dial the computer site. The modem there automatically answers, and you can hear its tone. Push the voice data switch now. Next, you will hear a different sound, like rushing water. The modems are talking. Hang up the phone. Notice the front panel indicator lights. The new lights on are CTS, clear to send, and OH, off hook. When you press keys on the terminal, you will see RCV, or receive, and transmit lights flash. That means you are in normal communications with a computer. You can hang up the phone two ways. The first disconnect method is to depress this voice data switch. Depress it, wait a few seconds, and you can hear normal dial tone again. Notice how the front panel indicators show the disconnect sequence. First you lose carrier. The OH says you still have the phone line off hook. Finally, OH goes off, meaning the phone line is now hung up. The second disconnect method is to turn off the terminal. Remember how you optioned the modem for DTR, data terminal ready, to come from the terminal? Turn off the terminal. The modem DTR light goes off, and the normal disconnect sequence follows.
The next modem installation is this line-powered UDS 212LP modem. The 212LP also runs at 1200 bits per second. It is unique because it does not require any power from a wall outlet. Power comes from the phone line.
Let's start with the UDS 212LP front panel, consisting of a voice data switch and a light to tell you when you are online. The RS-232 connector is on the back. There are two RJ11 jacks, one to connect to the phone line, the second to connect to the telephone. This unit also has an originate answer switch. You will use the originate position. The modem must be manually answered, even with a switch in the answer position. The previous modem would auto-answer and manually originate without switch changes. Plug in the RS-232 cable. Plug one end of an RJ11 cable into the modem, the other end into the phone company jack. The phone plugs in and you're ready. Dial the computer number. Hear the computer end answer. Hang up the phone and go to work. Disconnect by reversing the data switch or turn off your terminal. Installation is that simple and quick.
Short-haul modems, as their name implies, are used for short distances, within a building or perhaps as much as 10 to 15 miles away. They provide high speed, 8 to 16 times faster than direct connect dial-up units, at low cost. Short-haul modems go by several names: short-haul line drivers, short-haul modems, limited distance modems.
Before installing a short-haul modem, let's review a couple of basics. You'll need one or two tools, including a screwdriver and an inexpensive transistor radio earphone. These earphones can be used for listening for the modem signal on the lines. While the earphones aren't essential, they can relieve some anxiety during an installation by giving you the comfort of hearing transmitted and received signals. Most short hauls installed over phone company lines are connected to a 42A block. This is a 42A block. 42A is the part number. There is a standard convention for transmit and receive wires for short hauls. First, 4 wires are used for a full duplex point-to-point private line. The phone company typically connects red and green wires for the transmit pair, yellow and black for the receive pair of wires. The red and green transmit are the top pair on the 42A. The yellow and black receive pair are on the bottom. In the middle of the phone line, at the telephone company central office, the red and green transmit pair are turned over to become the yellow and black receive pair at the opposite end. In locations where more than a 4-wire cable is used for short-haul phone connections, the phone company often uses other colors, such as gray and orange or blue and white, and so on. You can ask the phone company to provide an RJ11 connector instead of the 42A block, or you can install an RJ11 yourself. Here is an RJ11 jack. It has 4 wires, red and green for transmit and yellow and black for receive. You connect the wire to the 42A block terminals, then place the RJ11C jack and cover over the 42A like this. Now the installation begins. The entire short haul link is simulated right here on this table. Start by plugging in the short haul modem. Next, connect the 4 wires to the modem. The modem cover lifts up, exposing 4 screw connectors. 2 wires are transmit, where you connect the red and green wires. The other 2 are the receive, where you connect the yellow and black wires. You can work freely inside the unit because there are no exposed, dangerous line voltages. Now connect the other end of the wire to the phone company's 42A block. Red and green to transmit, yellow and black to receive. You have just used the first tool, the screwdriver, and are about to use the second tool, the earphone. Listen to the receive pair. You will hear nothing, since nothing is connected at the other end. On the transmit pair, you will hear the transmitted signal. This end is finished. It's on to the other end of the link. Again, plug in the short haul. Before connecting the wire, you will want to use the earphone on the receive pair just to be sure you are getting a signal from the other end, and sure enough, there it is. Connect the 4 wires to the modem and the 4 wires to the 42A block, red and green on top for transmit, yellow and black for receive. When installing short hauls using your own wire inside a building, remember that the phone company was not involved to turn over the wires. Therefore, your red and green transmit at one end become red and green receive at the opposite end. Let's look quickly at the indicators on the short haul. Notice you have a power light, a transmit carrier, and a receive carrier. The receive carrier indication is essentially the same as listening with the earphone, except it's visual, not audio. The transmit carrier on this unit is the same as the request to send RS-232 signal, pin 4, of the 25-pin connector. On the rear of the short haul units, you will find the RS-232 connector for the terminal or computer connection. Make sure you read and follow any instructions that come with the equipment. The next installation involves short haul modems on a multi-point link. I'll install these 3 units. This blue one will be the master unit. Think of it as located next to the computer. These 2 white units will serve the 2 remote sites. This drawing shows a typical multi-point circuit. Notice the master location and the 2 remote terminal stations A and B. 4 wires, 2 inbound, 2 outbound, are used for each modem and are bridged in the middle, usually at the telephone company's central office. Now imagine the central site sending out a message. All remote stations will hear the message, since the transmit from the computer connects to the receive of every remote station. Responding from a remote site presents a problem. All transmit lines from every remote station are tied to the single receive of the central site. If more than one remote station at a time talks, the central site won't be able to make sense of the information. To address this problem, polling is used in almost all multi-drop applications. With polling, no remote station may answer except to a poll to a specific station. The central site asks, A, are you there? A responds, yes. The central site then asks, B, are you there? B responds, yes. This is the polling process. On multi-drop lines, the master station needs a carrier signal on the phone line to make any sense of the data. There is no information without a carrier signal. The remote stations, when they respond to a poll on a multi-drop line, turn on the carrier signal. The remote stations turn on an RS-232 signal,
in their modem cable the request to send signal on pin 4. Request to send turns on, the modem puts carrier energy on the phone line, then the remote station sends its message. Request to send and the carrier signal are turned off at the end of the message. This process is switched carrier. We will look at this request to send and carrier relationship as we install the short-haul modems. Install the master station first. Red, green, yellow, black are connected to the modem, then to the 42A block. At the first remote site, listen for the modem signal. There it is. Now connect the wires to the modem and to the 42A block. At station B, repeat the process. Listen for carrier to identify the received pair. Connect the wires to the modem and to the 42A block. Now notice the remote station indicators have power and receive carrier only. The LDM5 short-haul modem has a silver switch under the hinged cover. Select the switched carrier option by throwing the switch to this position. Switched carrier means no transmit carrier light or no request to send. Not until the modem responds to a message. While this request to send is off, notice that there is no master modem carrier. If you turn on the remote station request to send, the carrier comes on at the master modem. Request to send off at the remote, carrier off at the master modem. Remote request to send on, master carrier on. Remote request to send off, master carrier off. Response to poll begins, response is complete. Response is complete. You can use the earphone at the central site to hear the process. Carrier on, carrier off. This completes the short haul installation. A couple of final notes. Short hauls are designed to work on metallic lines only with no loading coils. Phone company lines between cities and between most central offices in larger cities do not use metallic lines and are not compatible with short hauls. When ordering lines for short hauls, be sure you get metallic lines and ask the telephone company the length of the phone lines. Short hauls are distance limited. Long line lengths of bridge taps are not suitable for short hauls. This diagram illustrates a bridge tap. It is an extra wire connected somewhere in the middle of the line, just hanging out in the breeze, so to speak. Bridge taps interfere with short haul modem signals. Stay with metallic lines only, and be aware of the distance limitations on the units you use.
In long-distance communications, acoustic couplers and direct connect dial modems are suitable for lower speed applications and for short sessions. To serve high volume requirements and to reduce long-distance calling expenses, you will want a dedicated private line. One higher speed long-haul modem is the UDS 208 modem we will install. It transfers data at 4,800 bits per second and is completely compatible with the Bell system models 208A and 208B.
On the front panel are an operational mode control switch and several indicator lights. The rear of the unit has the fuse, power switch, RS-232 connector, and modular jacks for telephone, a leased line, and a dial line. First, plug in the modem. Turn on the power. The power indicator will light up. Make sure you have read the manual and strapped the modem correctly. The details of modem settings are not covered in this session, but the process is quite simple and again, no dangerous voltages. Turn the front panel switch to the normal position. Plug the connector into the modem leased line jack. This cord comes with the modem. At the other end of the cord are 4 wires, red, green, yellow, and black, which are fastened to this 42A block. Red and green connect on top for transmit, yellow and black on the bottom for receive. Listen to this transmitting carrier signal.
Since the other end of a link like this is usually a good distance away, you can save time and travel expense by talking an assistant at the remote site through the installation. To save time at the other end, the modem options have been preset.
Yes.
Do you have the modem out of the box?
I do.
Do you have it plugged in and turned on?
Let me do that now.
Okay.
Okay.
The modem came with 3 cords. Pull out the one with a modular connector at the one end, and it has 4 spade lugs at the other end.
Okay, I have that one.
Okay. Plug it into the back of the modem where it's marked least line.
Okay.
Do you have your screwdriver and your earphone?
Yes, I have those.
Good. The phone company installed a small square box about 2 inches square. Is that right?
Yes, they did.
Take your screwdriver and remove the cover if you would.
All right. Okay.
Now, take your earphone and listen on the yellow and black wires. See if you don't hear a signal.
Okay, I'm doing that right now. Yes, I hear a tone.
Oh, you do good. Great. That's the carrier signal from my modem at this end. It means that our phone line seems good so far, end to end. Proceed to connect your red and your green and your yellow and black wires so they correspond to the phone company's red, green, yellow, black.
Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, that's done.
Okay. Looks to me like you're done too. My carrier light just came on my modem. Look at the front of your modem. You should have the switch in the normal position.
Okay.
And the following lights on: DSR, RTS, CD, CTS.
That's what I have on.
Good. We're done with the modem installation. Put the cover back on the phone block, plug the terminal into your modem, and the modem installation portion is complete.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Okay, well, thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
This concludes the demonstration of modem installation. As you've seen, modem installation can be both convenient and easy if you carefully read the instructions packaged with each unit and follow the steps outlined on this videotape. We're sure you will appreciate the savings in time as well as the substantial cost savings achieved by doing it yourself.